Hello and welcome to the Everneth Season 4 Kingstone Tour. Lots of stuff happened in Season 4, and at our peak, Kingstone was 14 players strong. And over all these months, I've given this tour at least a dozen times. And I figured I should finally make it into a video to immortalize this season. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This is Kingstone. Going from west to east, we start at the Spawn Embassy. We kinda already did this on the path video, which will be in the description, so just take a quick look inside, and we're on our way. And at the end of the path, there is a bridge signaling the westernmost border of Kingstone territory. Here, a small elite force could hold off a large party of invaders from spawn. And here's the first of my vassals. My arrest was the first line of defense against invaders, and was built and maintained by Lord Commander Theodore, who was a watchful eye on travelers and merchants from spawn. Regrettably, Ted died in battle, defending Kingstone from the bandit king's horde. Moving south, you find the ruins of Kuken. Built by Gordon after an army of demons razed his home, Kuken was also destroyed by the bandits from spawn. Gordon, one of Ike's most loyal glaives, was said to survive the attack, however, and is planning on rebuilding his home a second time in the next season. Speaking of the bandit horde, this is as far as they made it. This camp is all that's left of their attack against the Great Walls of Kingstone. I built it and liked it so much that I never took it down. You can actually find a link to the bandit video down in the description. My favorite part, however, is the scale model of Kingstone down below. The fences were siege towers. And here we are at the great capital city of Kingstone. I could genuinely talk about this all day, but for more information it's best if you just check the lore index in the description below. The tall tower on the left is called the Tower of Discord, and the one coming off the wall on the right is the Archer's Tower. Let's head up and take a look inside. And here's the western wall of Kingstone. This side easily saw the most threats from foreign attackers and has a really stunning view of the Wheat Gate and the North Keep. Beginning the tour of the Discord Tower, here is our first floor, mostly a storage and crafting area. The second floor holds the Red Room, where we keep banners of allies and enemies alike, as well as a replica of my legendary sword, Brissinger. The third floor is a tiny public study and library. Look at cute little Rudy watching us, right? This floor also gives us access to the top floor of the wall's interior. Archers could shoot out and soldiers could move freely. These rooms serve as a rec room or meeting area for soldiers and glaive members alike. The first thing on the fourth floor is a map of Solace, plundered from Fort Aces. This floor is mostly made for us to store spoils of war collected off countless dead enemies. Oh, and that's how you get to the North Keep. Making our way to the very top of the tower, here our archers can see for miles. You can barely make out my arrest in the bandit camp from here. Make sure you don't fall off though, you wouldn't be the first. And here is the North Keep. This massive fort holds Kingstone's professional army, led by Lord Commander Jace Lowry. You could shoot and shout from these arrow slits. And here is the mess hall. The soldiers eat, play, and drink here. Down these stairs are the barracks where they sleep. Each one has their own personal storage crate. Over here is the arsenal. Here you can grab blue steel halberds and ironwood longbows. Stepping outside, you can see where they train and have their weapons repaired. Man, I love this side of the North Keep. Anyway, let's head back upstairs. Under the Lord Commander's bedroom, we have North Keep's War Room. The map is actually a representation of the roleplay world. And that's North Keep. North of Kingstone is the Pit. Once the home of the Shades, this massive crater was created by a portal appearing and then instantly imploding, destroying the forest and unleashing hellish monsters on the earth. The King's Glaive and the Shades work together to stabilize the spreading corruption, and the lesser demons are now under our control. It holds most every mob in Minecraft, excluding the Withering Dragon, obviously. First up are the Guardians of the Ocean. Too bad aquariums are too dark in Minecraft. Next are the jungles with untamed ocelots and parrots in there. Here we have a little flower forest for our bunnies. Farmland for the pig, cows, horses, sheep, etc. Alpaca grassland. An iron golem stronghold. Wolves and polar bears living harmoniously in the taiga. The other half is dedicated to more ocean, so let's go downstairs. The two halves down here are primarily the nether and the underground. When their old home was destroyed, the Shades moved to what is now known as the Dawn Isles. With the help of the Kingsglaive, this remote island is completely invisible to all outside the barrier. That said, it was right between Kingstone and Solace and was evacuated. The Shades would have to find a new home once again. You will soon learn why we call it the Wheat Gate. You guessed it, tons of wheat. In order to support the tens of thousands of citizens, Kingstone uses its fertile soil to grow grain and veggies for its people. Heading this way, you can see the windmill and water well that assist in the agriculture. And further down the hill is our port, where we import, export, and store foreign goods. Now that we're outside the Noble Gate, we can start heading east. Most of the vassals are settled out here, and there's a lot to show, so let's get to it. In the distance there, you can see the great Kingstone Pine we decorate it every year for Christmas. Out here is the main hub for the eastern vassals. First on our list is Alfredi, headmaster of the Wizard's Tower. I wouldn't eat those glowing yellow leaves if I were you. Good morning, Wizard Destentor. Past this bridge is the Wizard's Tower. Built and operated by Alfredi, or as I call him, Frederick, the tower is a hub of magic and wizardry, and some of its students even end up serving as Kingsglaive. The first floor serves as lobby and library. Here is the mess hall where students eat and study. And here are the dorms, the place of some alleged undead tragedies. And here is the lecture hall. And this is Mr. Mathora. This elven village was built and maintained by Flext. He was once a student of Alfredi's, and grew up to be a Kingstonian vassal. Flext is one of 3 elven vassals living in Kingstone. And this is Lolarian, built by divine ingenuity to act as a haven for hybrids and half-bloods everywhere. Welcome to the elven village of Mirkwood. This masterfully crafted hamlet was built and maintained by Remy, the first one outside my ring of friends to take the chance to join Kingstone. Mirkwood was once a bandit encampment that decided to bend the knee to King Incris IV rather than be raised. After years of loyalty, they are now a thriving little village. I especially love the underground cave filled with massive spiraling roots. Kingstone would not be the same without Mirkwood. Ravenscar, home of the Vikings. Ravenscar was founded by the great Ragnar, also known as DPP. Tired of shedding their own blood for tomorrow's meal, these pagan warriors decided to settle down and sow roots. They provide elite warriors and plentiful grain in return for the crown's safety. It's also worth mentioning, divine ingenuity was once part of Ragnar's council and aided in construction. Ragnar's rage could still be heard bellowing through the Cilician Mountains to this day. And finally, the ruins of Avalon. Before Javius was able to finish this solemn fortress, he was discovered committing human sacrifice and was executed. One of my deepest regrets was not only the controversy that caused, but also the fact that this place never got to see a real battle. Imagine the adversity. Imagine the battle. And that is the Everneth Season 4 Kingstone Tour. I'd like to take a second to thank you personally for watching the video. I've been looking forward to it for a while and it was super fun to make. I'd also like to remind you to check out the description to find links to music, additional lore and information, as well as some links to some of the battles we had during Season 4. It was truly an amazing time and I'm desperately excited for Season 5. See you next time. King Incris IV, signing off. Also, this took a few months of playing and, days of recording and editing. So if you want to hit a like and subscribe, appreciate it. Adios.